Hello everyone, my name is Vanney. I am from Thammasat University, Bangkok, Thailand. Today I would like to present about my topic, which is focused on impact of bank-specific and macroeconomic determinants on financial performance in commercial banks, case study in Thailand and Vietnam. The contents I would like to cover are introduction, literature reviews, methodology, empirical results, and conclusion. So let's move to introduction. It is a short review of Chapter 1, Introduction, whose important point is statement of problem. Of course, bank is the main factor in economic development through their own financial and banking transactions operating in the market. The performance of banking sectors is an indicator of financial stability. According to the study of Kalapo, Ayani and Oki 2012, bankers concerned about many risks that can occur in the bank, such as interest rate risk, liquidity risk, market risk, and credit risk. Among all of risk, credit risk is a main concern in bank because it comes from loan, which is the main source of bank income. And there are two kinds of determinants affecting commercial banks' profitability. There are internal determinants and external determinants. Therefore, the current study is to investigate the impact of bank-specific and macroeconomic determinants on financial performance in commercial banks in Thailand and Vietnam. This study will particularly provide the guidelines to banks officers, management team, and investors to have more comprehensive outlook of how the commercial bank's profitability will be affected by bank characteristics and macroeconomic factors, as well as provide evidence for further regulation and policy implications. This is the objective of the study. The objective of the study is to examine the impact of bank-specific and macroeconomic determinants on financial performance and bank risk in commercial banks in Thailand and Vietnam. Moving to Chapter 2, Literature Reviews. Table 2.1 is the summary of related literature review in Vietnam and Thailand. For number 1 and number 2 in this table, they are focused on the literature review forecast of Vietnam. And for number 3 and number 4 are literature review related to Thailand. Moving to Chapter 3, Research Methodology. Table 3.1 is the summary of definitions and notations of all variables. This table describes about kinds of variable description which is relating to calculation of each variable and also expected result. Expected result here refer to the expected result after regression. For instance, the expected result of non-performing loan ratio is negative, according to the study of Yang 2012. One more thing for macroeconomic variable. For instance, the expected result of political stability is positive. Regarding to the study of Argentine said and Savanburakis 2009. Here is the econometric method used in my study. There are three equations to be separately generated in regression model. The purpose of this division is depend on the variable in macroeconomic determinants such as GDP growth rate, inflation, and political stability, excluding the concentration ratio. The first equation is presenting the regression with GDP growth rate, following by regression with inflation as second equation, and the regression with the political stability is classified as third equation as shown in this slide. Here is the notation of each variables I use in the equation. Equation number 1, equation number 2, and equation number 3. Chapter 4, Empirical Results. In my study, I use unbalanced panel data from 11 commercial banks and 11 joint stock commercial banks in Thailand and Vietnam respectively from 2000 to 2018. All the data are in quarterly frequency. There are different types of independent variables. They are bank-specific variable and macroeconomic variable. Bank-specific variable are computed by using the data from database of data stream. For macroeconomic variable like GDP growth and inflation are extracted from database of CEIC, while political stability is collected from World Bank database. Table 4.1 is the empirical results of ROA from random effect model and GMM forecast of Thailand. And this is the empirical result of ROE from random effect model and GMM forecast of Thailand too. And this is the result of LNZ score from random effect model and GMM forecast of Thailand. Actually, as I mentioned in the methodology, I have three kinds of dependent variable. They are ROE, ROA, and LNZ score. That's why in the empirical result, I have three different tables that focus on different kinds of dependent variable. Similar to the result of Thailand, Table 4.4 is the empirical result of ROA from random effect model and GMM forecast of Vietnam. And this is the result of ROE from random effect and GMM forecast of Vietnam. And the last one is the result from LNZ score of random effect and GMM. By looking at the empirical result from Table 4.1 to 4.6, in case of Thailand and Vietnam respectively, they reveal that band-specific determinant and macroeconomic determinant affect differently on ROA, ROE, and LNZ score in case of Thailand and Vietnam. For instance, bank-specific determinants like total deposit to total asset ratio, non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, total loan to total asset ratio, revenue diversification, and natural logarithm of total asset significantly affect return on asset in commercial bank in Thailand. Similarly, return on equity is significantly affected by non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, total loan to total asset ratio, revenue diversification, and natural logarithm of total asset. Furthermore, for bank risk or LNZ score, it is significantly influenced by total loan to total asset ratio, total deposit to total asset ratio, non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, and also natural logarithm of total asset. Moving to the effect of bank-specific determinant on financial performance and bank risk in joint stock commercial bank in Vietnam. Return on asset is significantly influenced by total deposit to total asset ratio, bank capital ratio, total loan to total asset ratio, revenue diversification, and natural log of total asset. Similarly, return on equity for joint stock commercial bank in Vietnam is affected by total loan to total asset ratio, non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, revenue diversification, as well as natural logarithm of total assets. Moreover, bank risk, which is proxied by L&Z score, is affected by total loan to total asset ratio, non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, total loan to total asset ratio, and revenue diversification. Regarding to the empirical result, forecast of Thailand, macroeconomic determinants like GDP growth rate for medium banks, inflation, and concentration ratio significant effect on ROA. Similarly, ROE or return on equity is significantly influenced by GDP growth rate for medium banks, concentration ratio, as well as political stability. One more thing, for bank risk or L&Z score, it significantly affected by GDP growth for medium banks, concentration ratio, and political stability. By moving to the effect of macroeconomic determinants in case of joint stock commercial bank in Vietnam, the result revealed that return on assets is significantly affected by GDP growth rate for all bank sizes, such as small bank, medium bank, and large bank, inflation, concentration ratio, and political stability. One more thing, for return on equity, it is significantly affected by GDP growth rate for small bank and inflation. Moreover, bank risk L&Z score in joint stock commercial bank in Vietnam is significantly affected by GDP growth rate for small bank, medium bank, and large bank, inflation, concentration ratio, and political stability. In conclusion, the main idea of my study is to investigate the effect of bank-specific and macroeconomic determinants on financial performance in commercial bank, case study in Thailand and Vietnam. Regarding to regression result, it reveals that bank-specific determinants like non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, and total loan to total asset ratio, as well as macroeconomic determinants like GDP growth for medium banks, do significantly affect return on equity, return on asset, and also L&Z score in commercial bank in Thailand. Meanwhile, return on asset, return on equity, as well as L&Z score in joint stock commercial bank in Vietnam are affected by total deposit to total asset ratio, non-performing loan ratio, bank capital ratio, total loan to total asset ratio, natural logarithm of total asset, and revenue diversification. So, in order to get deeper understanding of the effect on bank performance, further study should take more variables consisting of internal control, operation costs, and industrial factors into consideration in their study. This finding suggests that regulatory authorities should be subject to caution policy implication. For case of Thailand, policymakers therefore should create policy that help banks get benefit from this innovation as well as globalization and also assist bank customer certification in competitive market. Because as the result shown in the table 4.1 to 4.3 forecast of Thailand, revenue diversification and concentration ratio have negative effect to bank performance, and as well as the macroeconomic determinant, for instance, inflation, Regulators in Thailand should provide the signal to banks on time to adjust their interest rate to keep inflation rate low. Since even the inflation rate is anticipated, commercial banks still suffer from interest rate risk and inflation risk. For case of Vietnam, policymakers in Vietnam should concentrate on creating policy or guidelines to assist joint stock commercial banks to reduce costs on non-interest income activity and to increase their income even though they have more non-interest income transactions for their business activity. Here is the reference that I use in my study, and thank you everyone for your attention.